London, 1905. Prodigal son Thomas Richardson has returned home, only to learn that his sister is being held for ransom by a religious cult. Determined to get her back at any cost, Thomas travels to the idyllic island where the cult lives. As Thomas infiltrates the island's community, he learns that the corruption of mainland society that they claim to reject has infested the cult's ranks nonetheless, and uncovers a secret more evil than he could have imagined. 1922 is based on Stephen King's 131-page storytelling of a man's confession of his wife's murder. The tale is told from the perspective of Wilfred James, the story's unreliable narrator who admits to killing his wife, Arlette, in Nebraska. But after he buries her body, he finds himself terrorized by rats and, as his life begins to unravel, he becomes convinced his wife is haunting him. A group of friends reunite after a long time to plan a vacation. They finally decide to go on a hiking trip in Sweden, Northern Europe. When one of them is injured, they have no choice but to cut through the forest in order to arrive at the lodge a couple of hours sooner. During a raging rainstorm, they spent the night in a spooky, abandoned house. What awaits them are things they never expect out of this supposedly bonding trip. After 10 years, Charlotte finds herself free to return to Anton and the community he created at the Bachof School of Music, leading to her tracking him down and reuniting while he is in China. This reunion just so happens to coincide with Elizabeth being by Anton's side and her on the cusp of a 2-week vacation. One which, the 5 years younger, but very much aware of Charlotte, Elizabeth wants to share with one of her idols. Bringing you to wonder, what will Charlotte do with the girl who essentially succeeded, as well as surpassed, her? In South Korea, in modern times, things started normal for Jun-yu. He got up, cleaned up a bit, and then started to play video games. But when directed to turn on the TV and discovering something was happening outside, that's when his world changed. Leading to, over the next month, him struggling from lack of food, eventually lack of water and isolation. At least until his across-the-tenant neighbor, Kim Yoo-bin, comes into his life. However, whether she simply prolongs his life or saves it, you'll have to watch to find out.
A refugee couple makes a harrowing escape from war-torn South Sudan, but then they struggle to adjust to their new life in an English town that has an evil lurking beneath the surface. His House is a marriage haunted by shared trauma. When their youngest daughter, M, becomes strangely obsessed with an antique wooden box bought from a yard sale, parents Clyde and Stephanie see little cause for alarm. However, M becomes increasingly unstable, leading the couple to fear the presence of a malevolent force. To their horror, Clyde and Stephanie learn that the box contains a Dybbuk, a dislocated spirit that inhabits, and ultimately devours, a human host. John Form Ward Horton thinks he's found the perfect gift for his expectant wife, Mia Annabelle Wallace, a vintage doll in a beautiful white dress. However, the couple's delight doesn't last long. One terrible night, devil worshippers invade their home and launch a violent attack against the couple. When the cultists try to summon a demon, they smear a bloody rune on the nursery wall and drip blood on Mia's doll, thereby turning the former object of beauty into a conduit for ultimate evil. In 1967 Los Angeles, widowed mother Alice Zander unwittingly invites authentic evil into her home by adding a new stunt to bolster her seance scam business. When the merciless spirit overtakes her youngest daughter Doris, the small family must confront unthinkable fears to save her and send her possessor back to the other side. The film examines the troubled Graham family who are dealing with the death of their reclusive matriarch, who had a difficult relationship with her daughter, Toni Collette's Annie. The death sparks major shifts in the family's behavior, culminating in shocking scenes. When the matriarch of the Graham family passes away, her daughter and grandchildren begin to unravel cryptic and increasingly terrifying secrets about their ancestry, trying to outrun the sinister fate they have inherited.